Countryside. It's Joe Smith, your general manager, and today is Friday, May 2nd.
Yeah.
And we are back with another project update, and I don't have my usual sidekick today.
Oh, today's a great
McDonald,
day. Today's a great day, though.
But I've got you, Chef.
Thank you.
It is a great day.
I appreciate you having me.
And it's a great day today because we want to talk a little bit about kitchen equipment,
Yes.
which started showing up this week. So Countryside, this has been like Christmas in April for Chef.
Oh, it's like the greatest day ever. It's like there's so many new toys.
Long time
so much
coming,
stuff.
right?
Yes.
So
yes. And now I can actually see the light flickered on, and I can see now when I see hard equipment and stuff like that. It's so great.
So,
Great day.
Today's project update is we're going to focus on kitchen equipment and give you a little behind the scenes look at what's been going on this week and all this stuff here that's being delivered. We are kind of in the process of receiving equipment and getting put away. So we're gonna walk and talk today. Okay, we're gonna try something a little bit different. So we're out front right now. We've got a lot of equipment here behind us.
These are some of the merchandisers. This is from the grab and go stuff that's going to sit out on the back pool deck area, and then some of this other refrigeration is kind of like under the bar, outside refrigeration or inside bar refrigeration.
Gotcha.
That's what we're looking at right here.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's go ahead inside and
come on.
We'll see what it looks like in there. Countryside, I don't know if you've seen our new doors. Mike and I touched on these a few weeks ago, but these are our new entry doors. I'm about 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
You can see these are big, giant 10-foot doors.
Plenty of room.
Gorgeous glass openings. This transforms the front of the club.
Oh, it truly does. So much more light. So much more.
So we're in the main dining room now, and there's so many pieces of equipment and so many large pieces that we've been staging a lot of those items in the dining room. So you can see some of the items.
Yeah, these are chef lines, and then this piece is actually upside down. It'll sit on top of this, and that's where like hot food or hot line food will come up, and this is the expo side, and then that's where we take stuff out to the tables.
And we have about $1.5 million worth of new equipment coming into the club.
Right.
But we also, prior to moving out of the clubhouse, we purchased probably about $100,000 or so worth of new equipment.
A few years ago, and we got to save that, which was great.
So that stuff was in storage for the last year and a half, off-site. And we coordinated getting that out of storage with the help of John Borgia, and that was staged here ahead of the new stuff coming in. So a lot of coordination.
Exactly, and it's a little bit of reusing the good stuff, the older stuff. But you'll see where it got placed, and it's going to be put in right next to brand new stuff, and it's going to flow.
90% of our equipment is brand new.
It's brand new, yeah. Like where we're pulling.
And I would say the other 10% is 2.5 years old.
Exactly. So, there's nothing much older than that.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So we've got, as you said, Chef, we've got some pickup lines here. Let's walk back into let's navigate through the maze here.
Yeah, this kind of stuff is like cold tables. This is like where like sandwich prep units. This is where, and pizza prep units, and all kinds of different just refrigeration, more refrigeration.
So we're in the main part of the kitchen now, and this is really the heart and soul of the club.
Right.
And before we get onto the equipment, I just want to touch base on one of the milestone things we checked off the list this week as well is our epoxy floor.
Yeah.
So roughly 6,000 square feet of epoxy flooring.
Right.
Chef Jay got to select the color.
Yeah, this flooring is great because I mean there's a bunch of reasons that it's great. One is it's nearly indestructible.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the other thing is it's easy to clean because the way that they cope the walls, everything can be washed down with a garden hose and then squeegeed into drains, and it's so much easier than trying to deal with grout and trying to keep that clean, which is nearly impossible.
That's right.
This floor, compared to what we had, 10,000 times better.
Yeah. And we also have this floor behind the bars, and we'll talk with Andy a little bit later about the bar areas.
So give you some good insight in that.
So Jay, tell me about what we're looking at here. Maybe should we come around this side here?
Yeah. Well, let me just stop you 1 second before you get that far. This piece of equipment, this is expo side of the main hotline, and what's neat about this piece of equipment is this well right here is refrigerated. So like any of our condiments, any of our things that go last minute onto plates, our garnish, finishing sauces is all refrigerated right here on the line. So there's no more need for ice. There's no more need to reach into another cooler to step away.
Yeah.
Things will happen. It'll be a much faster process with just something as simple as this right here. And this line,
efficiency.
A lot of efficiency. And this line is easily 24 feet long. So this
we actually had to keep a hole open in one of the walls to get this into the kitchen space here.
Yeah, that was planning for months ago to make sure that this piece could get in here.
So this is our main pickup line that comes off the hot area of the kitchen.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Of course, this will be sitting back just a little bit further.
Yeah.
So, and then like what Joe was talking about earlier, some of the equipment that we had in storage, these two ranges, the Salamander, all came out of storage. Good quality stuff. Vulcan makes a nice piece that lasts a long time. So these are cool. And then let me come on down here. I got another really cool thing to show you.
I'll let you lead the way, Chef.
Yeah. So this piece, again, this is, I mean, you can see this is some of the packaging and stuff, but this piece here, this is hot wells that we use to keep sauces warm or whatever. But what's neat about these is they can also be done cold. Oh, so we can keep chilled remoulades, cocktail sauces, different sauces in these right next to a hot well. No water. It's all waterless product. So there's no steam and no cross contamination. That is a very neat. That's a very neat thing that we picked out for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is cool. Very happy with this piece.
Which way do you want to go? You want to go down this way, or you want to go over to the pool cafe?
We can go to the pool cafe and then end up down on that end.
All right.
Sorry.
So one of the neat things that we've been talking about through the project and the planning phases and into construction is having a one centralized kitchen, but a completely separate cook line that will service the outdoor area. So lots of efficiency. A lot of times clubs will have a completely standalone operation for their pool.
Right.
We have a standalone line under the same roof as the main kitchen. So there's efficiency there.
Exactly.
But
truly a self-contained entity.
Yeah.
We can run this separate, then we run the main line. The main difference in this kitchen is basically comes down to the plateware. Everything that goes out here has to be able to go next to the pool.
That's right.
And so there's no glass, there's no china.
Yeah.
So we are using melamine. But melamine nowadays is not like the old school lunch trays that we used to have. They're very cool. They've got lots of cool colors, lots of cool shapes. But that'll come out of this kitchen to the point where it's self-contained, where it'll have its own dishwasher in here just for that equipment and those tools. So, but yeah, another piece that we had in storage that we're bringing back to utilize in here. And
so this line, we essentially have everything that we have off the main line.
Exactly.
Cold pickup, grill, fryers.
Yep. Flat top.
Yeah, everything we
turbo
have to
chef,
service the pool area.
Yep.
And again, service staff, warewashing, everything for the pool cafe is kind of isolated.
Contained into this area here, yeah.
But also under the same roof, which I think is just key.
I do too, because we can do the bulk of the prep in the big main kitchen, big area, and then just easily transport. But if you run out of something, it's not but a few steps away just to get it, instead of having to hop in a golf cart. I mean, we've seen all the conditions. Golf carts, cross campus, to go get a thing of parsley. It's just the craziest stuff, so we're just right here.
So should we walk around the back of the kitchen?
Yeah, let's walk around back and then
here. My imagination is running wild here because I don't know what's in these. I know it's expensive.
Yeah. No,
I know it's exciting.
It's super exciting. This is more of cookware. This could be anything from, we have several stack ovens, which I believe these are 2 stack ovens. So these will basically stand on top of each other, and they will go right here. This will be the position for these 2 pieces. These 4 boxes create two items.
Gotcha. So this area that we're in right now is the prep / banquet area
right, exactly.
of the kitchen. So you as a member might experience something coming off of this line if you are perhaps having lunch after a golf tournament.
Exactly. Anything big that we can't do a la carte, something that is staged 50 to 100 people, 200, 300, 400 people will come out of this area.
That's right.
So it'll be set up with tables down the middle, with heat lamps, something that we'll show later, but it's truly set up to do volume, service.
And then a lot of prep happens back here.
Exactly.
For normal service.
For space, I mean, if anybody remembers the old kitchen where we were literally cutting stuff on top of this piece of equipment here because I had no room for bodies to stand at tables, we were using tops of equipment.
Right.
We don't have to do that anymore. Everybody can have their space, set up their mise en place, do their job so much more efficiently. It's awesome.
Yes, it sure is.
Thank you again, Countryside.
So as we come down this way, Chef, maybe you want to mention our main walk-in here. Yeah. This has been in place for a number of months.
Right. But it's kind of like a bank where they build it around your coolers. Yeah. Which is neat. And this one is, you walk into the cooler and then you walk into a freezer section back further. So it, again, helps with efficiencies when you open doors and you do that heat exchange with the outside air. When you go into the freezer, you're just getting cooler air going into it. So it helps with recovery on that.
This piece showed up yesterday. This is an important one.
This is huge for anybody that likes cold drinks.
Yes.
This piece of equipment right here, this box will hold about 1,700 pounds of ice already made. And these 2 units on top will create 2,400 pounds in a day.
Beautiful.
So this is what we needed for the volume that I'm telling you, the pool bar is going to be the place to be.
Well, one of the things you don't think about with all the activity outside is the ice melts quicker outside. So just even at the bars themselves, we're going to have to replenish those ice wells more often throughout the day.
Exactly, and this unit will keep up. Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are.
I know this is not what goes here.
No, this right here. This is nothing more than a hot box that we use for the banquets for. Volume service. But this area, this is the area that I think is probably going to be one of the most popular areas in the kitchen.
Tell me what it is.
It's the pizza kitchen.
It's the pizza kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, this is the spot with the deck oven sits back here. We have a pizza station that has all the toppings and sauces. We have a landing area where when the hot pizzas come out, we cut them, we box them, we put them on trays, we send them out. But I think the volume, I have a feeling it's going to be right here.
Yeah. Well, I know everyone's talking about the pizzas, and
Yeah.
what you're able to do with this piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It's a new element that we haven't offered before.
Right, and the other reason for this piece of equipment is right around the corner is my bake shop.
Yeah.
So I have great access to this. I don't have to share it with too many people, like where the other ovens we had temperature problems and other people getting in and out of them. So this is more dedicated for the bake shop and then for the pizza kitchen.
Beautiful.
So it's awesome.
Where to next?
Let's head up right up this way.
So we're back in the front part of the kitchen here.
Right. So this is cold pantry. So this is everything from salads, sandwiches, desserts will all come out of this station over here. And what we did with this kitchen is we separated hot side from cold side for efficiencies.
Yeah.
So there's not so much crossover, them needing to do fryer stuff and, things while they're trying to do salads and sandwiches and stuff.
Makes sense.
That's contained over on the hot side.
Sounds like you've done this before, Chef.
Once or twice, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We try and get smarter every time.
So we don't have, I know they haven't flipped the breaker on for this section of the kitchen here. And there's an awful lot of items being stored here, but tell me what this
this area
corridor is.
This whole big area is our main dish room.
Okay.
What we have is we'll have a conveyor dish machine. This piece of equipment actually is like our soiled dishes. Mm-hmm. So the glass racks will sit up top so we can separate out the glassware, and then they'll be where they can pre-wash and then run it through the dish machine. And then there'll be a catch on the backside that the trays will come out on.
Excellent.
So most of this equipment here is more refrigeration as far as reaching coolers. There's some low boy coolers that tabletop equipment sits on. So there's all kinds of cool stuff back here.
And I want to know, we've been targeting April 29th as the delivery date of our kitchen equipment for the last 4 or 5 months.
Right.
And it showed up on April 29th.
It started on April 29th.
So
yeah.
that's a
it was
big milestone.
Big milestone. The floor was the linchpin.
Yeah.
And the guys that did the floor were spot on. They told us how long it was going to take, what it takes, and they did their job, which is perfect.
Real good contractor that we partnered with there.
Yep.
So excellent. We want to walk out this way here before we grab Andy to talk about the bars. I do just want to kind of touch base on this corridor that you're seeing here. So this separates the kitchen from the dining room. Right now, as you can see, we're staging a lot of equipment here, but this is where the servers basically this is the service area.
Right.
So our service team, all the friendly faces that you've come to know, Fur and Gerardo and Eric.
Yeah.
This is where they will be getting everything needed for table service.
Yep, this is where our soft beverages, our teas, our waters, the ice,
napkins, condiments, so on and so
to-go
forth.
boxes, all the paper goods that they're going to need will all be staged in this area here.
And previously this area was shared in the kitchen space.
Correct.
And we were always bumping into each other.
Right.
So again, just another element of efficiency. It acts as a barrier of some of the noise in the kitchen to those of you dining, but also picks up some efficiency in just traffic flow and
exactly not having to step out of each other's way.
Yes.
And again, enough room where people can work and do their job properly.
Yeah. So this is going to make a big impact. We have a lot of cabinetry that goes in here, countertops, storage space, and then of course. Fountain machine, Coca-Cola,
exactly,
and
ice wells,
service.
and racks for glassware and stuff like that.
If you turn around this way, at the end of the service corridor, it's going to be kind of hard to see because it's dark back here. But this is our draft beer and white wine storage.
Liquor storage, yeah.
So this cooler, you've heard us talk about this many times before, but this cooler will have draft beer lines.
Right.
That go from the cooler underground to each bar. And when we get our beer deliveries, the kegs go right into this cooler, get hooked up to the draft system. They never need to go out into the dining room.
Right.
And then we'll also have the storage area for our chilled wines.
Exactly.
Which I believe previously was shared with your dessert cooler.
Exactly. Again, more efficiencies, more space. The draft beer system is the way to go. I mean, the little bit that takes it through the lines gives you the ability to have variety.
Yeah.
So every head's going to have its own tap. And
we're going to have 8 double-sided taps at each bar.
Right.
Which gives us the option to run 2 taps of the same beer or individual taps up to 16 beers at each bar.
Correct.
So lots of flexibility.
Yeah.
I know we're excited about that. I know a lot of members are excited about that.
Exactly. Yeah, because the beer consumption is steady.
Yeah, they do a good job.
They do.
So, excellent. That's a good segue. I'm going to go find Andy because we want to talk about the bar spaces and
how about it?
I'm
going to go check on these guys back here.
All right.
Make sure they're still good.
Thanks,
See you guys.
Chef.
See you countryside.
All right. I found Andy.
You did.
Andy.
I was hiding.
Thanks. You always seem to hide when I grab the camera.
I do. I run away.
So I just finished up with Chef. We're talking about the kitchen equipment and kind of what's going on back there.
Sure.
Same company that provided all of our kitchen equipment also provides our bar equipment. And those pieces are starting to arrive as well. We haven't received anything into the bars just yet.
Not yet, because the floor is still getting done.
That's right. So same floors as we have in the kitchen. This area here is still waiting its final top coat of epoxy. So we're not able to walk back there. But you can see just very uniform, clean area. Same way with the kitchen, easy to clean, germ-free, so on and so forth. So especially with this outdoor area, makes a
lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense, yeah.
The humidity and everything else will be great.
So
exactly what we need.
We're going to talk. We're going to just talk about the pool cafe.
Okay.
Both bars are pretty identical, with the exception of we have a glass washer inside.
Yes, we do.
But not outside because it's all plasticware out here.
Correct.
But for the most part, the bars are set up identically, correct?
Identically. They're pretty much mirror images of each other.
So Andy, tell me a little bit, as a bartender, what can I expect back here? We have multiple stations, we have lots of efficiency.
3 soda stations. As far as beer taps go, we've got 16 capable of.
Yep.
We're going to do 8 to start with, mirror images each other on both sides of the bar. So your beer shouldn't take time anymore.
Yeah.
We'll have plenty of staff and plenty of beer handles back there to get everybody's out. On this one difference from this one compared to the other one is we're going to have the Island Oasis machine out here for your pina coladas, for your strawberry daiquiris, any of your frozen drinks. We imagine and we hope we're going to be serving a lot of them out this way. It's beautiful. Why wouldn't you be having it?
Right. So one of the things I remember previously, the old bar, Lakeview Lounge, we always had people bumping into each other. It just felt very inefficient back there. And
there were poles in the middle of it that you had to walk
around. In the middle of it, poles. So you mentioned having mirror images. So essentially, if I'm understanding correctly, we'll be able to have multiple bartenders working at each end of the bar.
Yes.
And they have everything they need at their own sides of the bar.
They don't have to share
so
ice balls.
They don't have to cross over each other.
No standing over each other, no waiting for one person to get out of the way while you're making a drink. And we're going to have plenty of staff back here. The plan right now is to have 3 different bartenders, 2 each for the bar itself and 1 for all the server drinks.
Beautiful.
So we need a lot of room back there, which we have, which is great.
So essentially, it's almost like having multiple bars in one because you look at the size of the bar and you're able to split up, right? You're working this half, I'm working this half, and they have everything they need at each end.
Yeah, this bar has more space than the other 2 bars we had combined.
Yeah,
and more equipment and better laid out, so it's going to flow real well.
Beautiful. So on the other side over here, I don't know if you can see across the bar, the entrance into the bar, there's a soft beverage station, correct?
That's correct. There's a gun over there.
So you don't have to come into the bar if you're working the tables.
Correct.
You'll be able to get your soft beverages right there. You don't have to wait for the bar.
That is correct. There'll be a POS over there as well.
POS is point of sale.
Yeah. Just for us.
Yeah.
Good call.
So, and then the post that you see in the middle of the bar here, there's a center island that will go between those.
Correct.
With refrigeration, and our overhead bar structure comes up on those posts. So in this overhead the bar, we're going to have TVs, and I think there's a little bit of storage up there,
Sure
glass, some glass service inside anyways.
Yes.
But that's what you're seeing there. Those items are being fabricated right now.
They are. Underneath is
And again,
pass-through
you've
beer
got
stations.
360 degrees to work
great.
through the bar. So
great.
it's a lot of efficiency.
Yeah, it's much better.
So, got a helicopter overhead. Andy, anything else to touch on?
No, I think we've covered it all. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much better, more efficient. We're going to have to pump out. It's great.
You know, in the
Very
next couple weeks, Countryside, once all the equipment gets set into place, we'll do another walkthrough so you can kind of see what it looks like closer to being finished.
Makes sense.
And get a better idea of what these service areas look like.
Yep.
So, beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
I think we'll call it there. We're going to drop in some aerial video at the end of this video, so watch through the end. A lot of work that's happened throughout the site, working on brick pavers, asphalt is down, the loading dock has been poured. So you'll see from the sky there's a lot of site work that's happened as well. I know Mike McDonald usually likes to talk through that. He's much more knowledgeable than I am on those areas, so I'll let you see for yourself. Andy, thanks for the time. Countryside, thanks for watching. We're excited. We're getting close to the finish line here, and we'll see you around the club real soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time believing that I'm flying like a cannonball. Yeah. What if I'm just concealing that I'm waiting for a star to fall? Won't you do me a favor? Won't you hit me up, baby? All this time I'm looking at my telephone, 'cause I'm thinking of your hands and the way you make them dance on me, on me. Make a wish, take your pick, let me out before I slip. Take your pick, take your pick, hit. Dynamite, you just blew my mind right now, right now, right now. One more night, baby, come and show me how, show me how. Yeah, you just blew my mind right now. Through the dice and lost it all. But when I'm around you, I get a bit nervous, like in a plane before it's taking off. Make a wish, take your pick, let me out before I slip. Take your pick, take your pick. Yeah. Make a wish, take your pick, let me out before I slip. Take your pick, take your pick. Dynamite, you just blew my mind right now, right now, right now. One more night, baby, come and show